Every year, antibiotic-resistant bacteria kill over 1 million people worldwide, superbugs that no drug can stop. We call it a crisis, a nightmare scenario, the end of modern medicine. But what if we'd had the solution all along? A treatment that worked before antibiotics were even invented. We did, and we threw it away. Orphan Cures, Episode 2, the antibiotic that could have stopped superbugs. 1917, World War I is raging. A French-Canadian scientist named Félix Darel is studying soldiers dying from dysentery. He notices something strange. In some patients' stool samples, the bacteria are being destroyed by something invisible. He discovers bacteriophages, viruses that infect and kill bacteria. They're everywhere, in water, soil, even inside your body, and they're incredibly specific. Each bacteriophage targets specific bacteria. They land on the bacterial cell, inject their DNA, replicate inside, and burst the cell open. It's nature's precision weapon against bacteria. Darel immediately saw the potential. He began treating bacterial infections with phages, cholera, typhoid, plague, and they worked. By the 1920s, phage therapy was being used across Europe. The Eliava Institute in Soviet Georgia became the world center for phage research. Before penicillin, bacteriophages were the cutting edge of infection treatment. They saved thousands of lives. Then in 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, and everything changed. Penicillin was a miracle. It killed multiple types of bacteria with one drug. It was easier to manufacture, easier to dose, and easier to store than phages. The golden age of antibiotics. One after another, new drugs that could kill bacteria. Western medicine essentially forgot about bacteriophages. But behind the Iron Curtain, the Soviet Union continued developing phage therapy. They were using phages successfully for decades while we forgot they existed. Their research was published in Russian, ignored by the West, and considered primitive. We had our miracle drugs, until the miracle stopped working. 2000s. Antibiotic resistance is accelerating. MRSA, C, diff, CRE. Bacteria that resist every antibiotic we have. Evolution is simple. We use antibiotics. Bacteria evolve resistance. We're in an arms race we are losing. By 2050, antibiotic-resistant infections could kill 10 million people annually, more than cancer. Routine surgeries become life-threatening. And then, Western doctors started remembering what we had abandoned 80 years ago, bacteriophages, the treatment we had dismissed. 2016, Dr. Stephanie Strathd's husband, Tom Patterson, is dying. A superbug infection after routine surgery. Every antibiotic has failed. Tom was in a coma, multi-organ failure. The bacteria infecting him was resistant to every drug we had. His doctors told me to say goodbye. In desperation, she tracked down scientists in Georgia and Texas. We got experimental phages flown in. The FDA gave emergency compassionate use approval. The phages were administered intravenously. Within 48 hours, Tom began to wake up. Within weeks, the infection was gone. The phages saved his life. Tom's case wasn't unique. Desperate patients now travel to the Republic of Georgia seeking phage therapy. The cure we abandoned is still working. So why isn't phage therapy available in the US? Bacteriophages don't fit our drug approval system. They are living, evolving organisms. Our approval process was designed for chemical drugs. One size fits many. Phage therapy is personalized. You can't standardize nature. And there is another problem: profit. Phages are natural and cannot be patented. It's cheaper and easier, but far less profitable. We are 80 years behind where we could have been. If we had kept developing phage therapy, we would have options now. Instead, we are scrambling to catch up. We can't know how many of those deaths phage therapy could have prevented, but we do know this: we had a solution, and we threw it away. My husband is alive because of a 100-year-old treatment we abandoned. How many others could have been saved if we had never stopped using it? The cure for superbugs isn't some future miracle drug. It is sitting in a century-old institute in Tbilisi, Georgia, where it's been working all along.